X-Men universe on some of the miniseries we've been putting out. X-Men Protect and Serve, he did a couple wonderful stories in, and he did that whole crossover with Namor over the summer that ran through the 3 different annuals that really sealed the deal and made a lot of the editors stand up and take notice. So he's gave us enough hope in his ability to let him take over Generation Hope. He's also going to be doing some stuff in some other of us, so he's a name to keep and writers whose name you should keep an eye on. But also, it's just what he's doing on Generation Hope is fantastic. It's going to tie so well into everything that Jason and Kieran have going on.
All right, and now the other side of things, the Jason Aaron side of things. Wolverine and the X-Men #1 launches October 2011. Round of applause for this, guys. This is going to be an awesome, awesome book. Well, it's Chris Pachalo and Nick Bradshaw as the rotating art team on this book. Jason, tell us about what it's like working on this series.
It's awesome. It's the most fun I've had since I came to Marvel. I love it. I mean, it's if you read Schism, if you read my Astonishing Spider-Man Wolverine stuff, this is kind of in that vein. I mean, it's dark at times, it's crazy, it's emotional, but you know, at the end of the day, hopefully, it's just flat out fun. So I'm trying to make a crazy, fun X-Men book. It's got a lot of characters, some new characters, some old favorite characters. Literally, there's a character from pretty much every era of X-Men history, going all the way back to the Lee Kirby stuff, you know, through the Lin Wein, Claremont stuff, Morrison, Fraction stuff. So there's me pick and choosing from all these different eras that I love and throwing them in the mix together. It's a new kind of X-Men book. I mean, once you read the end of Schism and you see how that ends, you'll realize, you know, wow, these groups are going in 2 very different directions. And this book is, you know, my book is very different from Kieran's book. So you'll have 2 completely different flavors of X-Men books.
Well, you haven't really worked on a team book before, a team superhero book. What was that like for you?
It's hard. It's a lot more work. We need to talk about my page rate. But yeah, I mean, I'd never worked on a team book before. I've been wanting to do one. It is hard, but it's fun. It's rewarding, and it looks gorgeous. Chris Pachalo and Nick Bradshaw, 2 guys who, when I was writing the first scripts for each of them, I worried at times like, man, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of characters. We're having to draw a lot, but the best part was when they both come back and say, can we add more stuff in? I was like, awesome, yes, please. So there's going to be a lot of stuff packed in this book.
Okay, and thank you. So joining the Wolverine side of things will be X-Men Legacy by Mike Carey and Koi Pham, and Roe will be front and center in that series. And that book will join in November. Also joining X Factor, and that looks like Havoc to me. Which means there must be really big things happening in X-Men Legacy right now if the Starjammers are appearing and Havoc is back. I'll bring you some really awesome X Factor stories. If you guys remember X Factor from the 90s with Havoc under the pen of Peter David, you know it was awesome. But for those fans of Madrox and X Factor investigations, fear not, you're not losing the book you love. This is a combination of everything Peter David has done over the last couple of decades to make X Factor so awesome. And it's going to be a really, really awesome book. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. If you haven't been reading Peter David's X Factor, definitely jump on with X Factor, number 230. And finally, the last book joining is Uncanny X-Force. How many of you like Uncanny X-Force? Come on, let's hear it. Definitely one of my favorite books every month. Rick Remender is going to continue to tell some of the most emotional, action-packed, and just awesome stories month in, month out. And guest artist Robbie Rodriguez joins, I think, for an arc, or is this for an issue? For an issue, okay, for this issue. And that looks a lot like Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler to me. Just saying.
Does it now?
Guys, this is a very, very exciting time for X-Men fans. You guys are going to see a lot of the characters you guys love, and as Axel will tell you, this has been something that you've been planning for a long time.
Yeah, we've been planning pretty much since the beginning of Messiah Complex, when we knew that, you know, we started an arc for Scott. We knew more or less where it was going to end. Writers came and sort of infused the story with new details, and Jason, yeah. Well, there was a lot of crying involved. There were several occasions where we were crying. Janine cries at the drop of a hat.
All the time.
Yeah, she holds the record in the X office. I think worst moment was when we were doing Second Coming, and we realized that we were going to be killing Cable. It was a necessary part of the story. He would sacrifice to save Hope, and I looked across the table as we were sculpting the scene, and I saw a little tear in Jason's eye. So I quickly fastened onto his weakness and pointed out, "He's crying, he's crying." And when everybody turned, I wiped my eyes clear.
My beard poked me in the eye.
So. One thing I also want to take a moment to do, as many of you may have heard, this Regenesis arc of Mike Carey's, this is last on X-Men Legacy. I think a round of applause for Mike Carey. He's been doing X-Men for a very long time. He's worked with some really great artists. He just brought us the really awesome Age of X story this year. He's a tremendous, not only a tremendous writer, but a tremendous person, one of my best friends, and he's this guy, he's amazing. So make sure you check out X-Men Legacy. If you've never read it, go pick up the trades. It's an awesome book. There's a reason everybody likes that book so much, and it does so well. And the man who drew that clay man is actually is here today. So if you want to get his autograph or say hi, I would do that. Now moving on. What's that?
Say what?
Astonishing X-Men, Greg Pak of Planet Hulk, of Herc, of so many great events, joined along with really underrated and awesome artist Mike McCone in November to start something really, really exciting. CB, you want to tease anything about this?
No, I think that image says it all.
Okay. Moving on. Now, how many of you read Jason Aaron's Wolverine? Yeah. Now, he has been telling some kick-ass Wolverine stories for years as well, and I remember when Janine told me what the arc after Schism was about, and it boiled down to someone stole Wolverine's money, he wants to get it back, and he's going to. I was super excited, because no one does violence like Jason Aaron. I mean, in comics, not in real life. So Jason, you're reteaming with Ron Garney. Why don't you tell us a bit about what this arc is going to bring for Wolverine?
Yeah, it's kind of deals with the fallout from Schism. Wolverine's got to leave town. First he wants his money, which he left in Chinatown. Somebody took it. Then it guest stars Gorilla Man and Fat Cobra. So if you read the newest issue of Wolverine, it's very different than that.
Yeah, how many of you read that? If you are a Wolverine fan and you have not read it, you have to go get that because of the reveal at the end. Remember when Jason revealed that at one of our retreats, everybody just gasped. That is...
It's a tad bit dark, I will warn you. It goes to some dark places, and then the next couple issues kind of wrap that up. This is a total palate cleanser. This goes in the exact opposite direction. This is a big, crazy kung fu story that takes place in the center of the earth and involves dragons and underground opium fields and all sorts of craziness. And yeah, and it's drawn by Ron, who I've worked with many times now, but for some reason keeps working with me.
And Janine, you have the pleasure of editing the Wolverine family of books. What can you tell us about what it's been like to work with Jason for so long on Wolverine?
I'm sitting right here.
Yes, I see you. He's amazing to work with. I love you just got the warning, it gets a little bit dark. I get those emails when a script comes in, this got a little bit dark. And so I know it's always going to be awesome to read. Highs and lows, and it's funny and bittersweet and heartbreaking, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And we worked together in Weapon X also, and it has been awesome.
We're not breaking up.
No, I know.
All right, and next from the Wolverine family, how many of you love Marjorie Liu's excellent X-23? Come on, let's give a round of applause for this. She's really developed that character and has some exciting things planned. She's working with one of my favorite artists, Phil Noto. And Janine, can you tell us a bit about what's coming up and what that cover means?
Right now we are in the middle of an arc. So X-23 has been out searching to see if she has a soul. And she's kind of distanced herself from the X-Men a little bit and trying to meet some new people and some new people in the Marvel Universe. And she's teamed up with the FF right now to fight a cosmic threat, as you can see right here, which is coming up soon. She sticks around with the FF for a little bit. Sana Takeda is coming back for an arc. And there's a lot of fun, awesome stuff. Lots of dragons. There's actually